Let's go, boys. It's the Meatlock. You see the text, and it's been frozen patties lately, meat. I mean, we've got four straight Meatlock L's, and it's time to right the ship, turn this thing around. And, we thought that last week it would be the Arosa return, and that's what the Meatlock needed to get back on track. But ultimately, that was easy light work for his opponent. The year of the Mexican continues, and in this one, meat, it's time to just abandon all regard. And when in doubt, we've had a successful meatlock for him before. You got to roll with the blackjack. Carlos Ulberg, the best looking dude in the UFC, and perhaps the most improved in the shortest span. Because every time we see Carlos Ulberg, the guy continues to level up. And when he made his debut, right, it was against Kenny in Zetruku, and it was a fight of the night, and a fight where he had Kenny on the ropes, right? Kenny was about to go down, was maybe one or two punches away from going to the Shadow Realm, but ultimately he couldn't put him out, and Blackjack just was, as Connor would say, inefficient with his energy, and Kenny was able to sleep him in that second round. But if we really, dissect it, what has Kenny and Zetsuku done since then? All he does is win, and anyone else who is improving at a similar clip as Carlos Ulberg, it's Kenzie and Jetsuku. So I don't attach too much blame or shame on that loss because Kennedy's pretty nice. And since then, Carlos Ulberg has won three straight. Fabio Charant, light work. He was even able to get some takedowns in that one, so it wasn't just a striking affair that we are used to from the Blackjack. And then it was a striking affair when he slept Fabio Charant in the first round. He slept Nigu Mariano in the first round, and Nigu Mariano smoked his opponent, Potieria, who, again, Ihor Potieria, plus 300, a talented fighter, has a great record, right? 19-3. He's got KOs, he's got submissions, he's got some decisions, and he just slept Mauricio Shogun, who easy work in the first round. But we think in this one, Carlos Ulberg is just going to be way too technical, way too talented, way too good of a fighter to compete with Potieria. So what are your thoughts on this one, Meat? How does Ulberg get us back on track, get us back in the green? We'll talk about that in a second. But how's Blackjack rectifying this meatlock streak?
Yeah, the Blackjack's an absolute lock. I mean, he's going to KO this guy first, second round. Um, you know, the duelist is not going to be ready. He will not have his dual disc in hand to protect him. He will not have his Blue Eyes White Dragon. So I don't know. He's going versus Blackjack. This is an icy one. This is going to be a ripper. Blackjack knockout first round. I really just don't see it any other way. Ihor went the distance with, Shogun in his late 50s. I don't know. Nothing to be impressed about. The odds make sense. This is a lock.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, call Carlos Ulberg the dark magician, if you will, but got a quick correction. Ihor did sleep Shogun. It only took him about 4 minutes, but it basically went the full distance. I mean, one could say as much for sure. But nonetheless, me, this is one where Tapology is riding pretty lock in step with the Meat Boys. 92% is going with Carlos Ulberg. Basically, all of it is Brown for that KO, and we have seen Pretoria get finished in the UFC again. Nigu Mariano was able to sleep him with some beautiful punches and knees. And again, MMA math, but Carlos Ulberg made really light work of Nigu Mariano in a fight that we were all over for sure. So my question to you is, are you buying all that Brown? Do you think Ulberg gets a light, easy work finish? I think you said first or second round. Any chance Ulberg gets a decision, or you think it's for sure KO Sleep Town?
I think it's for sure Sleep Town. The duelist, just, I mean, like you said, he did knock out, Shogun in 4 minutes, but it felt like, 7 rounds couldn't get nothing done. It was just so boring and sloppy. Blackjack's no joke. He is a masterful kickboxer. He is an Alex Pereira, but better looking, more handsome. The Blackjack. This is an icy one, boys. An absolute lock on the grill.
Yeah, an absolute icy fight, a ripper, one might call it for sure. And we're going heavy, boys. Again, we're throwing 23-16. It's going to net 579. Get us that 73rd meat lock. Get us back in the green because it's been sort of a slow sizzle for a burn for the last four. And we're done burning the meat. Blackjack is the one to get us back on track. once in a while you got to go for the heavy ham, and this one we're putting the spatulas to the sauce and we're letting it ride. So we're taking Ulberg. I like him by finish as well, meat. But uh, any last thoughts?
No, this is an absolute banger. Meatlock nonetheless. Throw in the comments. Are you riding with the meat? You taking with the medium rare, or are you trying to get burned?